What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the quartering, and it seems that, I mean, at what point does it become a pattern? We just had a teacher who is trans has just made a wild proclamation, one that has had them removed from the school. Had PD show up at their house and clear out all of their possessions, and it's I don't know what else to say at this point. This country is broken. I think there's people that need help that have been pushed in certain directions that isn't the help that they need. And you have this person who admitted now to having, quote, bad thoughts after telling students that they would come back and fire on them. Trans teacher removed from school after issuing a threat to give several students some lead injections via Pew Pew days after seeing social media posts discussing their orientation. Police removed 3 sidearms and ammo from their home. It's going to be a trans man, isn't it? Or it's a biological male, isn't it? A trans teacher has been removed from a school after threatening to end students days after seeing social media posts discussing their orientation. A teacher from Florida who uses pronouns she, her, have been removed from a classroom in Hernando School District, and police have seized 3 weapons and ammo from their home. The Fox Chapel Middle School teacher is allegedly trans and recently learned of social media posts discussing their orientation negative, probably making fun of them. So kids do what kids do. You're the adult. You're the, supposedly, and you threaten to end their lives. An incident report obtained by a group called Crisis in the Classroom. It says that the teacher allegedly made a comment that she wanted to fire on some students due to them not performing to their ability. That's kind of a bizarre thing to say. The teacher immediately added that they would never harm a student. The report also notes. So somebody, they made some sort of, it sounds like this teacher made some sort of remark. And, is it possible that like, I could just, whatever. Sure, it's possible. But see, there's more context to this. Later that day, Hernando County Sheriff's Office seized their weapons from the teacher's residence. In a letter sent to concerned parents and teachers last week, the school said that the investigation was ongoing and that the teacher had been removed from all student contact. However, the teacher has only been removed after Florida's Department of Education stepped in. The notice posted last Friday. Earlier this week, the department was informed of a situation regarding student safety at a school in Hernando County. Upon the department bringing the concern to the superintendent Wednesday evening, only then did the district remove the teacher from the school effective yesterday. Parents were outraged at the school's lack of action and threatened to pull their students out of the school. One father said, quote, "The fact that it took 2 weeks for us as parents to find out that anything happened is mind-boggling." Is it? Is it really? We know that they're not going to want to act incorrectly here, especially with this group of people, yet lest they be canceled online. Student safety, again, the remark, we don't know the context of it, but there's more. He added that he contacted Governor Ron DeSantis' office to investigate the matter. Some parents reportedly supported the teacher at the meeting, saying that she was brave enough to work, showing her true self, and that the claims were clearly false. Well, the group Crisis in the Classroom was told that the district would not comment on the matter further after last week's letter, and that the Hernando district was taking all actions to ensure that the campus was safe. Well, what about those bad thoughts? What about those bad thoughts that they were having? This is kind of the trans teacher then told a school counselor that she was having, quote, bad thoughts. Why is that getting glossed over? Now, again, it's hard to know anymore these days. Times have changed in terms of, there are certain sayings, for example, that, we all said when we were younger that are like passe now, or, or like frowned upon. There are certain things you can't say in airports anymore. There's, you can't even joke about it. There are certain things that, there's all sorts of stuff that you can't say anymore. And, in the context of this, I think that you're better safe than sorry, given everything that's been happening, don't you think? Certainly some sort of, mental evaluation, the removal of their tools to complete this job is a smart idea, at least while they're being evaluated. But several parents in the Hernando School District fearing for their children's safety, and it's like, she said an incident report says she was sent to the guidance counselor's office on March 24th after saying she was having bad thoughts. This is the teacher. While speaking with a counselor, the teacher allegedly made the comment that she wanted to end some students due to them not performing to their ability. Now, the report noted that the teacher immediately added that she would never harm a student. Is this a case of overreaction? I don't know. We're in the era of the is it Minority Report? I'm trying to remember that movie, Future Crimes. Like, I think this is one of those cases where somebody is literally in a mentally distressed state. At least, temporarily. I think that we don't need another Nashville. We don't need any other these people. Now, this particular case seems to be more of a situation of somebody that maybe is just, they went to the counselor, which is good. The counselor reported it up clearly, which is good. Apparently only a few weeks below. I think, like, you look at some of the replies, you say, was this situation obscure? How many fire alarms does a parent need to pull here? Now, there are people saying it should never have taken this much to get rid of that teacher. The safety of the students and staff should be your utmost priority. The Board of Education Superintendent of Hernando County should be ashamed and all resign and fire. What were you waiting for? And how, here's another parent. What were you waiting for? And how is it possible this person wasn't arrested? It's an off-the-cuff remark that they said to a therapist or a counselor. I'm not sure that's an arrestable offense. I think you investigate them. You probably consider, locking up their tools for a little while until they get a clean bill of health, maybe. I don't know. You're getting into this red flag law stuff. But I think, we're getting to that point now where people are getting desperate and concerned, People want to know, is there a TRO issued? No longer at the school is a very non-specific statement. I bet it doesn't mean anything like fired, at least not yet. Obviously, this person is in need of some mental health. And I want to point out that, like, this is another case that just further proves the point that, people who end up doing this stuff have mental health issues. Obviously, they're not all trans. Seems recently they are, but throughout the history, that hasn't been the case. But at the end of the day, they're mental health issues. We go back to, when I was in high school and those kids in Colorado, I don't think either of them identified as trans, but they certainly both had deep mental issues. And I think when it comes to protecting your kids, I think that erring on the side of caution is pretty safe. I think having a teacher use that kind of rhetoric, use that kind of language, probably is a pretty decent red flag. So I don't know. Would they have come back? Would they have followed through? Was it a flippant remark? It's difficult to say. The fact that it took several weeks is a little concerning. I hope you're informed by this video, and if you were, please do leave a like on it. We'll talk to you again real soon.